Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Married at First Sight All-Star panel. I'm Glenn from Jack and Glenn. With me is my man Tommy from August Love Story. What's going on, Tommy?
What's up, man?
Not much, man. The fella's in the house for a minute. Jack will be joining us a little bit later. Married at First Sight, man, there's a lot going on. We're going to dig into this episode of Married at First Sight, man. I'm glad some of the behind-the-scenes stuff is more prevalent and more important than the stuff that we see on camera. But I kind of like the way they're doing this season with, the other couples have already gave their decision day, which is cool.
Yeah.
But we get to see what actually happens after the decision day and how things are going with the other couples after they say no, which I think was, is genuinely fun to watch because it kind of the mess up from the runaway bride gave us another optic to Married at First Sight that we hadn't seen before because it gives us another couple who's making decision day. It keeps these couples on TV because they are because they have to be there because show's still going on contractually, right? They're
Yeah.
divorced, and we can see how they play out after the separation. So I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty neat. Let's get started with his. Hey, Kathy. Hey, sister-in-law. How you doing?
Hey, Kathy.
Let's get here. Let's talk about and on Jack and Glenn channel. You watching and you want to comment in about 10 minutes? We will probably end up going to members only again. So if you're not a member of Jack and Glenn's channel, please be a member. It's only $1. And then you'll be able to comment. But about 10 minutes, we probably go members only. So let's talk about it here. We'll go into let's talk about Lauren and Orion because I want to start with them. Man, your thoughts on Lauren, Orion, and Orion shooting his shot yet again?
My initial thought was, you might as well. You in a position to where you're on TV. You were married to this girl. You probably not even trying. You wanted to be with somebody, right? And you were just looking for someone, but then here it is. Quad has distracted me, but here it is, a girl. You're married to her, and this is the most play you've had in a year. Let me shoot my shot, man. Let me admit my wrongs. I can get over it now, right? Type of deal. And so it's like seeing it. I'm not upset about it because I think if in his shoes I play that role and I do that, right? But her loosening up the way she did is surprising to me because I thought it was a done deal, you know. So I was thoroughly surprised how she loosened up and kind of like, hey, it's on you. If we're gonna move forward, it's on you. You tell me what's up, but you're gonna have to pursue her. You know what I'm saying? So it's really gonna just be a test of how much he wants it, honestly. So I was kind of interested in that and excited too, just to see how he, like, what process did he go through? You know what I'm saying, mentally to get past whatever it was. Like, she didn't necessarily call him a redskin, right?
Nah, she didn't really. She mentioned the word redskin, right? But she didn't say, "Oh, wait, by the way," like people say the N word. She didn't say you red.
Right,
The red.
right,
See, it was just like I didn't know that was a derogatory. I never heard that term before. Which we talked about it. How not? She must never watch football, right? You
right.
never you never know Washington Redskins. Everybody, it is what it is. But he
What?
took an offense. He was at heart, and so she
Yeah,
didn't directly call him a redskin. No.
yeah. And the thing is, it's we don't understand the how derogatory it is, right? Just because what we're faced with is when people use the N word, it came with so much, but we're not concerned with the other derogatory words used for other races or other nationalities or whatever you want to call it, and that's where the ignorance come from. You know, we just don't know as a people, and he took it the wrong way. So now it's seeing him sit back, think about it, feeling left out, feeling lonely, whatever feelings he have. Now they're out here going on dates because that was a date. That arrow thing, one, it looked cool. What was it, arrow dodgeball or crossbow dodge, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was like aero dodgeball. It did look cool. I'm like, yo, I need to find one of those around
I
here.
was like, man, I wouldn't mind trying that. You know, I'm just curious if Artika would go, but because Artika
yeah,
won't go
yeah.
dancing with me. Like
What?
like, man, yeah. I'd be like, man, let's go. You know, learn. Anyway, it's not about us.
Yeah.
Artika's not a
No,
dancer.
no, no, no. You good?
Artika's not a dancer. That's why. But I would look, man. If I saw it, man, I would be like, look.
I'm not a
But
dancer neither, but I just want to go dancing, right? I'm not a dancer, but I would go to a dance class with Jack, right? We was on a cruise, and I have some video from us learning how to salsa. Should have threw that up on YouTube last year, but never pieced it together. But it was kind of fun. It was interesting, right?
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. But man, anyway, but Lauren and Orion, man, I'll get sidetracked so easily. Lauren
you
Orion,
fine, man. We just shooting the breeze, brother. Two brothers having a conversation.
Right. I think I like what I'm seeing, but I'm just curious to know what his process was as well, to forgiving her for, because he got divorced over it. You know what I'm saying? So like that's big. Like you're like completely ending the relationship over what she said. I wonder how you got over it, truly. And in her response. So that's pretty much all I got for them. What was it? That was about it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was about it. But my thing was when I saw the whole scene and when I saw, okay, they're going out. My first inclination and my first thought was like, why? Like, what else could we have, right? Like, why could we still be talking, right? Is this production making us go out? Because technically, decision day is over. We should be done, right? Because he realized that she realized that. I mean, after the retreat, you didn't talk to me, right? You gaslighted me in front of all the friends and everybody that was married. The only time you talked to me, you told me you would call me and you told me we would have conversation, we would have dialogue. You told me that you want to make peace. And it's like it's ghost town, right? It's silent. And now you want to talk about, oh, let's go. I'm thinking about rekindling this. For what? We already had decision day. Like, why? After you had 8 weeks to do what you're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
You had 8 weeks to say, you know what, I want to be with you. 8 weeks to say, you know what, I think this could work. 8 weeks saying, you know what, let me give it my all for 8 weeks. Let me look past the whole Redskin comment. Let me try to work this thing out with you. Let's try to be friends. Let's try to be cordial. You did nothing.
Right.
So my thing was like, where is this coming from? And they never really got into where this was coming from. And for her to sit there and give it a kind of a thought, listen to your sister-in-law, run for the hills.
Mm-hmm.
Run for the hills. Like, yo, if he didn't, that's my thing. Not that I'm a vindictive person, but you had 8 weeks to do this thing where you had it out. Now it's over, and now you want to come back this way. You should have worked with me 8 weeks ago on camera and then said no. If it didn't work, you could have said no in decision day. You would at least had a place to live because you're living with your mama.
Yeah.
Right? You at least you had a nice spot. You could have been like Claire, y'all could have hung out. We could have outlived this thing on TV or showed this thing, but you decided to go back to wherever you went to and hang out and not try to work out with me. And for her to say, let me see, I think she tried to save face for camera and not embarrass him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he shot a shot and he put his heart back on the line, and it just ain't working, man. It's not where it needs to be at. It's definitely not where it needs to be at for her and him, and I don't see it working. Even if they try, I don't think it's going anywhere.
I don't think it's gonna go nowhere either. But what do you do in that situation? Like man, your ex-wife is still available, and if she leaves the door open, let me walk in that thing.
I agree. If she leave the door open, you might well go try. But is he willing to try? Like my thing from her standpoint was, why didn't you try 8 weeks ago? So it took you 8 weeks to heal. It took you see what I'm saying? It took you 8 weeks in a pizza party because you saw everybody else being foolish to heal.
Yeah.
Over the comment that I apologized for, that I cried for, that I told you Like it just so what happens when the next discussion comes in or the next conversation come in? It's gonna take another 8 weeks. And are you willing? And my thing to Lauren is, are you willing to put yourself through that for a guy that you only known for how many days were they married? 10 days?
Yeah,
Like, like
the
for 10 days, are
honeymoon.
you willing
They
to put
didn't make it
yourself
out
through
on the
all?
honeymoon, did they? No, they
They made
did.
it through 100. Yeah, they made it back. And he was like, "Oh, I need to go to my spot. I need to go to my place." Blah blah blah. And then he came back, and then they met with Dr. Pia. And then finally, ultimately, he was like, "You know what? I don't want to be in this relationship." So, like, are you willing to do all that and put yourself on the line and put your emotions, your feelings, your heart out there again for a guy that you know for 10 days? And maybe he's thinking like this: "Oh, well, the camera's gonna go away." Well, bro, you didn't have camera. I hate that comment, right?
Yeah.
You say, "Oh, the camera's going to go away." You know what you signed up for.
Yep.
You know what you asked to be in. And guess what? The cameras are not what you always do. These people they work too. They don't work 24 hours, 24/7, right? Y'all stay up later than the camera crew and have a conversation in the bedroom with no cameras.
Yeah.
That's where you learn. That's where you learn your partner. How many people we seen on these Married at First Sight said, "Look, when the cameras went away, we had great relationship." Or when they went home, or we wasn't filming, we had a lot of conversation. Right?
Yeah.
You had Miles
Yeah.
and Karen, Woody and Amani. You had a lot of
Everybody.
people, right? That everybody had those deep conversations when the camera crew was gone. So when people say, "Oh, I don't see how it is when the cameras are gone," they have to. These people take days off. So
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing on those days off to build your relationship?
Yeah.
What are you doing the moments you're not filming to build your relationship?
I
That
guess.
shows me who you really are. That shows me that you're not putting it on for the cameras. That you're putting on that you're this is your show me the real you, as they say. Who are show me the real you, right? That you're doing. So again, those are the type of things that with a camera, no camera, man. I was shocked. I'm glad they had a good time. They're cordial with each other, but I'm just shocked how Orion kind of threw that out there. Like he built up his courage.
Yeah.
It was willing to do the
she
shot one
just
more time.
she just shoot him down. So I mean, he did
Yeah,
something right.
that's the question. Why didn't she shoot him down? Like, was there nobody else out there? Like,
That's the thing you started. Like, what's wrong with her? That and I don't want to talk about Orion in a negative manner, but I mean, he dumped her for saying a derogatory word that she didn't understand. He didn't take the opportunity to teach. And then he comes back throughout the season saying, "I want you back." And she's not giving him time of day. And then here it is at the end of the season. Okay, let's see what you got. You know, I think I'm with you now that you said it, and you can kind of think about it. I think it is just a save and face thing. Like I don't believe he's gonna try hard, so I'm gonna just go with what he's going with, type of deal. So I don't know. I'm tired of seeing them on though. They was like got divorced, man. Let's move to somebody else.
yeah, move to somebody else. I'm tired of seeing them too. I'm tired. I'm tired. Like, yo, let them go. Let them be, right. Let them be on somewhere else. But
Yeah.
let's get here real quick, man, because this couple was also quick. But we're gonna talk about them a little extensively later on some other stuff. But
Hmm.
let's go with my man Cameron when he was talking to Michael. Like, yo, I'm not going to see Claire. Dog, I ain't talking. Look, I like this Cameron. Like, where has this Cameron been at the whole season? I'm really enjoying this Cameron right here because he has an I don't care attitude. Like this is the Cameron that is fed up, that's tired, and
What
that needs.
what happened that he was so tired of her? Because like I have an issue with like Michael talking to Cameron or what's my boy name? Brennan. Because they took the most negative approach to everything, right? In this whole process. To me. And like them giving him advice on how to be better. It's like, man, come on. It's hard to hear it. I'm just like, what turned between Cameron and Claire that he's at this point, I don't want to see her and all that stuff.
Well, I have to go to after party with this, right? And I'm not going to get into the whole Brennan and Emily situation, but Cameron said on After Party, this is where he was at. Cameron was saying that Claire had since day one, she basically told him she's not attracted to him.
Yeah.
But you can kiss me on camera, but I'm not gonna like it. I'm not attracted to you. Let's ride this 8 weeks out. I want you to lie to producers and tell producers and make up a story why we can't be compatible. So basically, she's pulling strings and being manipulative behind the scenes. Now he's going along with it, right? Because Becca said she got receipts of where Cameron was like, I need you to play along too. So that from day one, where they gathers, they knew they didn't like each other. They knew they wasn't gonna be attracted to each other. They knew they just wanted to be friends and they're gonna be cordial, right? And so they playing this thing out each and every week. And Cameron got to the point where he was like, during the pizza party, he was like, "Yo, don't tell me to be silent because I've been silent all season. Don't tell me not to say anything." And the biggest thing was, he said they talked before the pizza party, and she wanted Cameron to be on the side of the girls.
Yeah.
She's like, I need you to side with us to make Brennan and them look bad, or to make to go off on camera and make Brennan look bad. And he like, yo, he said, I don't mind lying about our marriage, but I'm not gonna lie to break up somebody else's marriage.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to make somebody else look bad. It's fine for us because I'm down with this. You know, we put on this persona, we put on this thing on TV. We can make it look like we want to look like what we want it to look like, but I'm not going to do that for somebody else when I know he didn't do anything wrong. I'm not going to lie on this dude because it's all me. So now you want me to be quiet. You want me to be quiet, but I'm not going to be quiet because I'm going to stand up for my boy. I'm not going to be on your side. So he's at the point like, you know what? You're going to stop manipulating me. You're going to stop fronting me. You're going to stop saying that I'm the one who's controlling and pulling strings when you're the one controlling and pulling strings, and you're the one who's telling me all this stuff and telling me not to tell.
What, like, okay, so he said this on the after party. I don't watch the after party.
Yeah, he said all this on the after party, and then I see if I can pull up a clip a little bit later about what he's saying. But
yeah, did he say why they like? Why not just say I don't like you, you don't like me, I don't want to try this?
Because then you don't film, right? If that's the case, you don't film, you get away, and I think it's about the money, right? About the checks, because I think Becca said on after party that she has Claire has stuff going for her, and she didn't want this to be out there to kind of mess up her reputation. She wanted to be seen a certain type of way. It goes back to what you said. People are now getting on this show trying to one up themselves, right, or enhance their career. More so than for love. They treat it as my 15 minutes of fame, in this case 21 episodes of Married at First Sight. I get interviewed by People Magazine, I get interviewed by Weekly Magazine, people get to talk about me, people podcast about me. What can I do? Because again, if she was there for love, she would have gave it a try. And then when you think about it, we never really seen Claire give it a try. When you go back and look at the episodes, we never really see her give it a try with Cameron, and it's amazing, man. At this episode, this season, everybody wanted to blame dudes, but these women are scandalous on this season.
Right?
Yo,
right.
I'll be the guy to say it. We blame the dudes for a lot of that was going on, but a lot of this stuff is the women who are controlling it and the women who are coming off to being the scandalous ones.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're playing games. And now some of the men like Cameron are going along with it.
I don't know.
He went along with the plan.
Like the thing. Okay, so we get married first day, and the first thing she says is, "I don't like you. You're ugly. Let's just play this game." At that point, why is he like, "Yeah, we'll do that"? She's like, you just met this woman.
You just met this woman.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry. I'm a very nice guy. But if I just met you, you're on the bottom of the totem pole for me of I cares. Like, I care for you as a human being because I want humans to be better and be good and everything like that. But hey, Jackie. But it's like, I'm sorry. Like, if I just met you and you give me some BS like that, as soon as I meet you, I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm not gonna agree with that. and walk away from the situation because that ain't what I signed up for. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand that part as a like just looking at it from a man's perspective. I don't understand why you go along with that. And maybe I'm just looking at it differently because I'm not in their shoes, but I just don't get that. Like that's not a part of my DNA. You know?
No. Hmm.
But Tommy, I said the same thing. I don't owe this joker nothing. We still
That's it.
strangers.
That's it. I don't owe you a thing.
We're still strangers. I mean, the only thing I can figure out is like, okay, so I came on here. I don't want to look like a failure. It's back to what Becca said. I hate to use her word, but it's like optics. You know, I got on Married at First Sight, and I gave like it didn't work immediately. I feel like a dummy, you know, unless you just stick it in there for that, you know, to make yourself look better. But I don't owe you nothing. I'm not sticking in and looking stupid for you. No.
That just doesn't make sense to me, man. It does not compute. Like like
Oh, yeah,
that's stupid. Like you still look bad on TV. And
Mhm.
then it looks worse because then you have to prove that you were lying. And Auntie was like stand 10 toes down like Chris Page. But that bothers me and it's ruining the show for me because now the next season I'm gonna be looking for somebody to be lying
Right.
instead of like truly like I think they're compatible. This is why this is why that. It's like are they lying to us or is this truly what they you know what I'm saying? I hate that.
Right.
Yeah. It's terrible, right? But again, Cameron played along with it, so I can't blame all on Claire. He played the game with her. He went along with the gimmicks, the tricks, the gossip. It seemed like everybody knew everybody's business, and everybody was hiding secrets. Everybody was in a group chat, and everybody knew what was going on in other
Yeah.
people's relationships. So it seems like there's a lot going on. We're going to dissect some more with Cameron and Cameron, Claire, Brennan, and Emily a little bit later. We'll get to that whole a little bit later, that whole kit and caboodle a little bit later. But let's talk about at least a couple that's still married. Let's talk about a couple that's still married. All right.
I had to think about who you talking about.
I saw you. I saw your wheels turning. Like, who is he talking about?
Married?
Who's married? All right, man. What's your thoughts on Chloe and Michael in their month anniversary? Right, their month anniversary.
I was with Michael when they went to the animal sanctuary. I and this might just be me, right? I love animals. Dogs are probably my favorite animal, like as a pet or as a family member. But there are human beings in the world that don't have homes that truly need help. Um, and it bothers me that we care more about animals than we do human beings. But that's where my thought process went when they went to this animal sanctuary. And she was like, I want to do the animal sanctuary and have 5 foster kids. I was like, and I told Artika, I was like, man, she trying to find some free labor or something. Like, that's slavery, man. 5 foster kids at this animal sanctuary. The first thing she gonna do is get them to work. And just watching Michael's reaction, I was like, man, that's a lot. That's a lot. Is that what because he's going along with what she's saying. He's like, okay, cool. We can do the animal sanctuary. We can do the foster kids. It's the amount that you want. And I was like, he has to say something because he gotta drill this dream down some because it's gonna be the expectation or the allowance. both both of us thought something was like spilling. But anyway, the kids over there eating. But yeah, so I don't know how well they're compatible. Just thinking about their thoughts and how they're basically, Michael is this and then Chloe is an extreme on the other end. And that's the way I was looking at it. But it was kind of funny. They had sex. We figured that, pretty much. Um, and then I was looking at the preview, and I was like, he not sure if he wants to be married to her. I wonder what that conversation was about. So I don't know, man. The biggest thing that stuck out to me was that animal sanctuary and her wanting 5 foster kids. Because I was like, you're looking for free labor. Why does she? Why
Look,
does she
Tommy,
like?
especially when she.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, especially when she was like, "I don't want no little kids." She said
Yeah,
she want middle school or high school age. That
that
sound like
they have
farm hands
behavior
for sure.
problems. They have behavior problems, man. Come on, man. We know what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
See, y'all looked at it wrong. I looked at it this way because working in that field and dealing with people like that sometimes, nobody wants the teenager.
No, I get that
No,
too.
nobody wants the middle-aged kid. So you have more middle-aged kids. You have more teenagers, middle school kids, and more teenagers who are not being taken in.
I get that.
Right? Everybody wants the little cute baby or the cute, because you can kind of mold that. She wants a kid. She wants the kid that you can work with a little bit. Now, it might be a little farm hand, might be a little work in there as well. But I was like, okay, she wants to take care of the kids that nobody else really cares about.
I got that. Oh, I got that.
Oh.
But also, they the ones that can do some work. They got behavior problems. You gonna go out here and rake this poop like she got us doing today.
Hey, I was like, I get nobody wants the teenager. Oh, that's great. That's awesome that you're willing to do that. But you said 5.
Right. At a time.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you want 5 with
Look.
behavior problems?
Man. With all this gentle parenting that's going around. Yeah, okay.
Can we say this? This crossed my mind too. Your 5 foster kids, that's 5 checks.
So I never even thought about the money part,
I did, man. I just because again, what I do on a daily, there's some people who get kids just for the money.
Yeah. I believe.
Right? And so she gets 5, she start raking in paper. She can afford that farm.
Yeah. Because she got labor.
That's one of the things that Michael was talking about. Like afterwards, he's about Keisha asked her, you want a sanctuary? She's like, yeah, I want all these animals and this, that, and the other. Like in Denver? Like what animals you gonna have like that in Denver?
She gonna have a handicapped cow like they had on this sanctuary. They had a wheelchair.
Yeah. Man,
a cow with a wheelchair. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. That's just me.
They could have put that cow out as me. That's somebody's steak. That's somebody's hamburger.
I mean, he'd just be sitting there.
That's somebody. Yeah, I'm sorry. All the people start coming after me. People gonna start coming after me. I eat meat. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. I'm a country boy. I grew up on a farm, so I'm sorry. My grandfather had a couple farms, so guess what? We eat meat. Sorry. But anyway, that cow can produce a lot of things. So, but but again, I guess you said it too. The number 5 kids. You want the same, all these animals, all these kids. But think about when they move in, they got all these animals anyway. Like he got like 3 dogs. He got like 3 animals himself.
They said they got 5 pets.
5
they
pets.
have five animals.
So we're gonna have to find a house. What apartment is gonna take 5 pets? Right?
Huh?
That's what they was arguing about. Is the apartment and moving in together? Was that this episode?
Yeah.
The preview.
Yeah, not really arguing. Yeah, they had a discussion about that because they had to take that into consideration and whose lease ends when, and how much time they want to spend at each place, which Dr. Pia got on them about.
Yeah, what was the cause I was in and out when they were on the screen. But
Yes.
what was the conversation with Dr. Pia about?
Dr. Pia was just like, her concern is that, y'all are a married couple and you shouldn't be talking about, waiting the lease out, but you should be trying to live together to make it, more authentic. And basically same thing they talked about, is there a concern that it might fizzle out with you all not being in the same space? So that should be the goal. And just being authentic with one another. So
I think they're gonna run into that issue anyway.
Right.
Because that thing of trying to make the other one happy, I think they go along with a lot of things each other, we just don't want to step on no toes. Type of deal. And I think that's gonna be more hurtful, harmful than helpful with them. So
yeah, I thought too, man. Like when they were talking about the movie, well, we're gonna spend 3 days together here, 2 days. Like, who keeps up with that? Yeah. Like he wanted to break it down a certain amount. I think it was 3, 2, and
yeah,
2.
He said like 4 to 5 days.
4 to 5 days. Yo, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. So if you're in the military or you're an athlete, it may be that way. But if I don't have to be away, I'm not trying to be away. So we can get adapted. So we can. You think about it, it's foolishness, right? You've been spending for the last 8 weeks. You just spent 24/7 with each other.
No, they did.
Except for a couple of days that she went home.
And that's when he said we would just treat it like that. I know you're gonna need your space. Yeah. You need to regroup, and so that's what those days will be.
But she don't need her space now because she's never gone back. She only went for 2 days, 2 or 3 days, and that was at the beginning. And she's like, "Okay, I'm committed to the process now. I'm going to stay with you." So now you have all these other umpteen days together. Like in a real marriage, you don't get to leave and go stay at your own spot. You don't get to go to a hotel and say, "You know what, I need some time."
No, you don't.
Now it might be when you go to work. I mean, it might be because you sit in the car in the driveway till you get your mind right till you go in the house. But you don't get to say, "Hey, okay, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm gonna be in my own spot."
Right. I wish somebody or the experts would get some type of realization to them or some type of realism for them when it comes to this, because that I need to go back to my place to regroup stuff is like that. Like, where they do that at?
Right.
Like even in a relationship, like just boyfriend and girlfriend, those things don't happen. You may not live together, but you're gonna talk to each other, you're gonna see each other. Like I only my experience with it is with Artika. Me and Artika, when we was just dating each other, we saw each other every day. When it really got serious, we saw each other every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even in boyfriend and girlfriend relationships, the regrouping thing doesn't make sense. Does not compute. And then it's even worse when you're married, because now you together. This is your person. If you got a problem with this person, you need to go to the bathroom, go to your room, you do something. They upstairs and you downstairs. But that's all you got.
I owe them an apology. I just thought about something. I kind of messed up. Now, when we first got married, I had to go back to school. I got to apologize. So I went back to college. So I would only see Jackie on weekends. Yeah, so I guess I hold them
just for 2 months.
It's just for 2 months. It was for 2 months, man. We was married 2 months before I graduated school, but I would come down every weekend. So I guess that time apart, I don't know, but we had already been together at that time about 2 years. Yeah, it was 2 years, because I figure anything, if somebody wait after 3 years, somebody asks you to marry them, or 3 or 4 years, that's a problem. You know when you want to marry. As a guy, you know when you want to marry a woman, dog. Tommy, that's why you laugh, right? Because that's why you laugh, because anything over 2 or 3, anything over 2 years, and I push you 3. Anything over 3 years, you ain't married a person yet. There's a problem.
Yeah, or at least moving in that, like both of y'all know we're moving in that direction.
It don't take that long.
It don't take a lot,
Yeah. So. But yeah, so again, I apologize, because when we got married, I had to go back to school, so I was coming on the weekends.
But you was going to school. You wasn't leaving her to regroup because she gonna
got
right.
So it's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
You know, there's a purpose behind yours. Theirs is just because I've been around this person too long.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
I don't know, man. I like Michael and Chloe, and I hope that they, can stick it out. But they got some. They have a very. I think she said this in the episode. They are very mature in their relationship, but I think their thinking process is completely different from mine and a lot of people that's together.
What are your thoughts on Michael saying that it was that he had an insignificant data, right? Not enough data to make a decision. Why they on their anniversary when he says it, their month anniversary, like
I feel like that's fair.
Me
Like
too.
I feel like it's been 4 weeks. My answer is no. I'm gonna let the process. Well, I don't know. I think it's been 4 weeks. I think they're getting the full weeks, the full 4 weeks. Or
about 4
8
weeks, 4 or 5 weeks.
So it's like I want to give the whole process they say it takes 8 weeks for me to be able to make this decision. I want to take the 8 weeks to make this decision. Me making the decision right now, I hadn't been planning for it. So my decision is like based off of I'm having a good time. If that's what you want to know, hey, I'm liking where we are, right? But then, let's see what happens because they haven't truly had an argument. We all know that there's an argument brewing. Everybody argues. We can't agree on everything, and everything can't be perfect all the time. So it's like, how can I make a decision and I ain't even seeing how you argue with people? You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen you cry. I haven't seen you get mad at me. And I haven't gotten mad at you. Like I can't make a decision based off of that. Because I could get pissed off at you for something that you do, like whatever it is, and there's no coming back from it. So I think that was a fair thing. I just would hope that she wouldn't. I don't know. I don't think she took it like wrong or anything, but I hope it just didn't hurt her feelings for saying that and changes the trajectory of where they're going.
Yeah,
I agree.
her face turned around a little bit.
Yeah.
She was like, "What you mean? That means that's a no." She felt some type of way. She's like, on a month anniversary. I mean, that's what she was like. She was like, she wanted him. It's like, remember when Nate and Stasha, when Nate was like, "Yo, it's about a 4." She asked him. That was in San Diego. She asked him like, "What's our relationship?" And I think Nate said like it's a 4.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
And she was heartbroken because she like at least a 7. But to him, a 4 was, we making progress.
I don't understand why people ask questions that they can't handle the answer. Like if the answer is no, you have to be able to handle that.
Preach.
Don't ask it if you can't handle a no. I think, So I try not to ask questions like that, man.
Right. Ask questions where you may get the wrong answer. Then you may not get the answer you want.
Yeah.
How do you handle that?
How can you handle it? It's the thing. Like that's why I don't look through people's phone no more. I looked through a person's phone one time and I couldn't handle that. It's like no.
Saw some stuff you ain't want to see, huh?
Yeah. I was like very disappointed. Couldn't handle it. So I learned my lesson. It took one time. That's a crazy situation though, man. She asked that question and he said no, like it's unexpected. It was very unexpected, but it's a fair answer,
But here it is. She threw it on them. They had sex, and she thought, "Hey, you know what? We done had sex. We done did all this. We done played with all these toys and doing all that. You enjoying it? I'm enjoying it. We're having a great conversation. We having to argue, and you gonna say no?
I mean, sex ain't no keeper, man.
Right.
Sex, man.
But people still think that though. People still think sex and the great community still keep him. He's still working through the process.
Man. You just,
And
I
she
don't
like,
know.
yo, we doing this. I'm putting my hand down your pants. We doing all this stuff. Blah, blah, blah. You enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. And you can't say yes?
Nope.
I'm not mad at him. I'm with Tommy. I'm not mad at him.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at him for saying at 4 weeks, as of today, I have insufficient data. Like Tommy said, I ain't seen you get mad. We ain't had no argument. I don't know. I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I don't really think it did give her pause for a minute, but I don't think she took it, completely the wrong way. I don't think, and I think if she's honest with herself, she would say the same thing. Well, yeah, I can get that you would say that. And maybe if he had explained it like you did, Tommy, I have insufficient data because blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes that's all you need is just an extra, explanation to certain things, and it changes the whole conversation. Just an extra, as we call it, straightening.
Straightening.
Oh man, so let's talk about anything else on Chloe.
I don't
Chloe, Mike. Let's go back at Austin.
Wait. Real quick though, it's not really Chloe. And did you talk about this? It wasn't really not about Chloe and Michael, but Michael and Cameron's conversation.
Yeah, we get. Okay. But you want to share your input?
No, thank you.
You sure?
If y'all talked about it, it's good. I'm sure because I don't know what y'all said.
We said that Cameron felt some type of way, but we gave the backdrop of why Cameron felt that way because Claire, if you watch After Party, Claire is trying to manipulate what Cameron says, and they was in cahoots together. And Cameron's like, you know what? I'm not being silent anymore. I'm gonna say how I feel.
That's why I ain't got nothing to say.
Are you sure?
Yep. Next.
You keep having that reckless love. That's all we good. We good. But let's move to let's talk about Becca and Austin.
Oof.
Tom, your thoughts?
Look, he having what is it called? Buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
He's sad that he knows she's good, but then he was like he knew where he messed up at. He lied to her. But the thing that I don't get is the friend that he was talking to. First off, we need to know who this friend is, because all I was thinking was they gonna end up dating each other and get married because they roommates.
You talking about the girl?
Yeah, his roommate.
That's his roommate.
We saw her in the first couple episodes.
But I'm saying though, I'm like, hey man, she see him sad, and he moping around and stuff. And
oh yeah.
One thing leads.
I'm like she pretty. She ain't ugly. Like why y'all ain't hook up?
Yeah. Roommates become lovers, and now that's yeah. I know it. Artika needs a mic because she throws in these little ad libs. She sits.
Go ahead and give her that road mic so she can talk to the kids.
She didn't watch the episode. She just listening. But man, it's crazy because he sat there, told her, I went out with the producer and I lied about it. And it was like that. I know that's where I messed up at. And then on Becca's part, the thing that I didn't like is Becca's part. The thing I didn't like was they went back to their respective corners, their homes, and she was like, you were supposed to be sitting back thinking about our relationship or whatever it was. And all I was like was, you can't control the way he processes things. And there's no reason for you to even try to control the way he processes things. Just allow him his process. If it's going out, hanging with Brennan and this producer that you guys apparently have had problems with. I don't know if they addressed that on the after party or not. You guys will have to tell me. But if this producer is what's giving problem, you have to address that, right? You have to say, hey, I have a problem with you hanging with this producer. and then you have to live with his response to it. Because if Artika told me don't be friends with somebody anymore, I'm gonna have to, evaluate that friendship. But 9 times out of 10, all right, I'm gonna have to let that person go because I care more about her feelings than I do about, the friendship. Now, if it's a friendship that it's like there's a reason why Artika would be like, no, you can't be friends with this person, and if it's not a reason, then it's like you can kind of talk about it. But he knows that there's something going up. Find out what's going on, and move accordingly to that. I wonder what really happened with this producer, because it seems like this producer is the problem, and not the fact that he went out with Brennan.
Yeah, the way she said on After Party is not really necessarily the producer; it's the fact that he lies. Right? The way she put it was, this wasn't the first lie. Like, he'd been lying since day one. Like, every day in the relationship, it was a lie. She brought on After Party that he was lying about vaping, hiding in the bathroom vaping. Said he didn't vape, and many times she caught him vaping, and he was lying. So it was like this was like the culmination of everything that has been building for the last 8 weeks. So she was like, Brennan was lying. I mean, not Brennan. She says Austin was lying about little things. Like, he was a habitual liar, and he kept lying to her. And so this was it was not a little bit about a producer, but not a lot about a producer. It was more the fact that he lied, and he kept lying, that he never told the truth to her about a lot of situations. And she felt like, I don't want to be with somebody who lies all the time. I don't want to have to be with you knowing if you're telling the truth or not. And that was one of the big, that's what she was saying on After Party. Like, I don't know, I like this guy, but he's a liar.
Yeah.
Like, he lies about the simple things in life. Like, he's lying like he's a teenager.
That's what I'm about to say. It's giving little kid vibes.
Yeah.
Like, you lie because you don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah. That's silly.
And so that's what she was saying. That's what she was saying. What was that?
I thought she said something about, like, in this episode, I thought she said, I don't know who she was talking, Emily maybe, that she was like, he went out and she this producer gave us issues, or we had issues with this. That's why I was like leaning heavily on the producer part. But yeah.
And they gave, I think there's a content out there about the producer got fired because they're not supposed to fraternize with the contestants, and participants for not to fraternize with the producer, and they put away the extended period of time before they even supposed to deal or interact with each other. And the producer was supposed, if the producer had went out and saw Brennan and Austin out, the producer was supposed to leave and go somewhere else if they're not filming.
Yeah.
And so it was on the producer, them supposed to be leaving, not them having a relationship and building a close bond with the participants of the show. So it's a lot to this story, and that's behind the scenes. And so a lot of this stuff is starting to come out now about how, there was a lot of balls that were dropped, whether it was on Emily's side, whether Austin's side, how Austin gave, again, Becca, how she was right. He's portrayed his way on TV, portrayed himself to us on TV one way, and then outside of TV, he's doing totally different in the optics that's there. So that was her biggest thing with him. Like, yo, you're be honest and be truthful, and say what you mean. You mean what you say.
Yeah. Why not bring that up?
That's my point. That's my point. That makes good TV. But maybe she said it in a way that it didn't come out him being a liar. Those are things that you talk to the experts about, right?
Yeah.
That's to see, like, hey, Pastor Cal, my thing with Austin is that I catch him lying all the time.
Yeah.
He lies about simple stuff. He lies about little things. Like, did you do the dishes? Like, there's only two of us in the house. Like, if I ain't my dish is yours. I'm just saying. Right. And so just like those type of things, like, why lie about that type of stuff?
Yeah. That don't make sense. That don't make sense at all. Like, I don't get the lying part anyway, man. You too old to be lying about anything, man.
Like, if you vape, tell you vape. I got a problem. Help me out. Let me go to AA, go to counseling.
Maybe nobody knows he vapes. Maybe he's been doing a good job of, keeping it hidden. You don't want nobody to know he vapes. And, my mom don't know I vape. My friends don't know I vape. I sneak and do it. He's
Why
probably
come on the show?
right. But I mean, that might be something he's ashamed of. It kind of reminds me. Who did we talk about? Who did we talk about lying with their little lies or big lies?
Michael from DC lied all the time.
His was like major stuff though. It was him, but it was him. It was him. Yeah, he definitely lied about stuff he didn't have to. It was a little bit bigger than vaping. You lied about your job, homeboy. You lied about having an interview. Like real big stuff. But I don't know. I think like she said at the end, I kind of was stuck on the fact, and like everybody associated with Austin said he was such a good guy. He was such a loyal guy. And, I just, hearing what they had to say about him, I didn't expect this from him. And I don't know. I just feel like maybe she just stressed him to the, maybe he didn't vape. Maybe she stressed him to the point where he started vaping. It was like, I need a cigarette. I need something. Gosh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really do think the pressure just got to him. Just the cameras just got to him. And I don't get the vibe from, I have not met him personally. We're talking about what they showed us on the TV screen, but I just don't get that from, I got really goofy from Austin. I got goofy and just, I
got goofy, but I also got that he had some vices, right? Because again, when you're on TV, you say it all the time. This is your thing. You're not in a relationship. You came on Married at First Sight for a reason. Mm-hmm. There's something about you that your relationships didn't pan out. Mm-hmm. So it's something dealing with you. So guess what? That may be some of his things. We didn't get into the whole sex situation. I'm glad, but some of the vices that he has. Think about the lion, right? This is gonna be our weekend, and we're gonna hang out. But you go jump in Von Miller's bed. You go jump in the superstar's bed, right? So again, those type of lies. So she felt like it's more so. She felt like, okay, you're not attracted to me, and you lying about the attraction, and the way that, and you're not having sex with me because you're lying. You telling me you like me, you telling me you love me, or you appreciate me, and we're having a good time, but you're not showing that. And so again, when you're a liar, you know how it is. When you're a liar, you have friends, people who lie. Everything they say, you don't believe. They still your boy though. You hang out with them, right? You're like, man, this dude's lying. This dude's lying. But again, right? So she's in a relationship where she can't trust him because he's saying things and not following through. Mm-hmm. Right? When you're not following through with things, it makes him a liar.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Did they get a divorce? Are they still married, or
they said they wanted to get a divorce? And her whole thing is right now, even when she talked to her friend, she was like, I hope you get to the point where you can basically just settle in your decision. And she was like, and not run back to him. And Becca's like, I'm just not there yet. She's not settled with her decision. I can understand why. It goes back to what you said. I've been with this person 24/7. I like him. And let's be real. Maybe I'm delusional. I think he likes her. He likes her. Yeah. I really do think he liked and likes her. And so, they did, outside of whatever she felt like she wasn't getting from him, they did build a connection. They did have an emotional connection. There was chemistry there, even though they didn't delve further into intimacy. So, in the moment, in the couples thing, they said they don't want to be together, but she's not settled in her decision. She said maybe 6 months from now I will be, but right now I'm not. So, and he's clearly not either. So I don't know.
They're leaving the light on for each other.
We'll leave the light on for you.
We'll leave the light on for you.
Leave that door open.
Leave that door open.
Yeah, man.
But
I don't know.
I think without the cameras, they would be better. Yeah. I think the camera was just, it's like when we were watching Survivor. And the guy on Survivor was like, it's one thing you sit at home and watch them play them games. And even when you practice it yourself, the challenges. But in that moment, it's like, how do I do this challenge? So I think, maybe he watched it on TV. He's felt like I could do this TV thing. But then when he really got into it, he was like, ugh. And even for her to say, I feel like I invested more time in Austin, and basically she said to her friend, I kind of like sacrificed my business. Well, I mean, that's what I really fully expected that to happen, because you're in the married at first sight process.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to end up spending more time than you probably would normally, because besides the fact that you're filming and stuff, you have a short time to get to know this person. So I just think it just overwhelmed.
I think because he worked at home too, and she didn't book time things to go out. Right? Mm-hmm. You need to have bookings. You need to go out. You need to do your normal routine. Make it as normal as possible.
Yeah.
So you can get the gist of how everyday life is going to be like. Go through your full routine. Whether we work, I work. I look. At the end of the day, after these 8 weeks, you still gonna have to eat. Mm-hmm. At the end of the 8 weeks, you still got bills. In the 8 weeks, I don't know what happens to their regular rent or their regular mortgage while they staying in the house at Married at First Sight, this apartment. But I don't know, Married at First Sight take that bill or not, but you still got stuff to pay. So guess what? You need to continue to work. Yeah. So at that point, you just let things continue to flow and you keep moving on your realm. So I think it does become overwhelming. You try to invest all this time in this person, you invest your energy into them, and you feel like, dang, it fell. But she said it though. She said, I don't think it was going to work because of the religious situation, because of the kid situation.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would have worked out.
I would like to see them figure it out.
Yeah, I would like to see them try and figure it out.
I don't know how you figured that part out. That's
Well, I mean, she was definitely shady with that when she said bye to the fish.
And
she was like, he'll get you a nice little Christian woman that'll pray over you. I was like, oh, the shade. I'm not praying over no fish and no fish tank.
She threw shade.
What?
I pray over fish when I get ready to eat it.
Right.
Yes.
When I get ready to eat.
Yes, not no goldfish.
Not no goldfish. But again, I don't know if it would have worked out or not, but she wanted to try, and I think she invested time. But I'm gonna ask you this, Tommy: does it make Austin look like he's right for not having sex with her?
Yeah, it does. I think it does. It's still like a kind of thing of why, and like in the moment, I still want to know what was your reasoning for not having it if it was there, because he never gave a reason, right? But it justifies for not having sex with her. I think just because he's like, it didn't work out. For most of the time for men, it's the higher the number, the better. But it's not. It's still the same, as it is for women. What's up?
Hey, Quad.
You say hi. No.
I don't know. I feel like with him, kind of like with Iris and Keith, and who was another couple that I was like, man, I'm glad. I know they're glad they didn't have relations.
Jasmine.
Will and Jasmine.
Mike.
Because I don't want to knock a joker's block off. No, you didn't get the draws and act stupid.
So this is one of those things.
Yeah.
I mean, she might have changed if they would have had sex with her. Let's be honest.
That's possible too.
She probably been more acceptable, more accepting. I mean, that's a question that Kevin Frazier need to ask, or somebody need to ask, like, yo, do you feel like it's, do you feel better because he didn't have sex with you? Or would that have complicated things some more? Because if she's feeling, think about it, she's feeling this way, they didn't even get intimate.
Mm-hmm.
If they had gotten intimate, how would she be feeling then? Right? How would she be feeling at that point? So, we'll see. Let's move on. Anything else on Becca and Austin?
Nah, that's all I got with him.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to Cam. Cam. Let's go to Emily and Brennan. Emily and Brennan. Tommy, your thoughts, man.
I think Emily is a woman scorned, and I want to say it's for no reason. Like I look at it as you dodged the bullet. You guys have more information on the Emily and Brendan situation than I do, because I don't watch After Party, but from the show, right? She seems to be very upset. I don't understand why all the women are like apologize to me. Like, it just didn't work out, man. Let it go. LIG it.
They try to save image, man. They try to save face.
And the thing is, it makes them look worse. By the only thing that they're like, I feel like, is they're just talking BS about the guy that they were married to, and instead of just moving on, like, look at it as you dodged the bullet, because I mean, Emily and Brennan was a terrible situation from the jump. And if they would have said yes to each other, I think it would have been worse with the cameras away. Yeah, that's really all I got for them. I don't have a lot for them because I'm tired of both of them saying I knew it wasn't gonna work out. I'm glad it's so. It's like, how much more can they say about each other?
Jack?
The one thing I have with Emily and Brennan is him telling his friend that he was looking through the diary cams and he saw the one where she was just running him down. And he told her, you think you want to delete that? It really was about optics. Why should I delete the diary cam when I'm talking about how I feel? That's how I feel.
Is it true?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He made it sound like she said I made her delete diary cams. What? And then you tell your friend that's what happened. And basically it was, you was trying to control the situation. You was trying to control how she felt. To their keyword, you was trying to silence her. You didn't want nobody to see her running you down, but that's how she felt. That's how she felt.
I think Brennan was like, hold on. Because again, a lot of people make deals behind the scenes. I think they had made a deal. Like, I'm not going to talk bad about you. You ain't going to talk bad about me. Let's keep it mutual. Let's keep it cordial. And if you're going to spill my stuff out there, then I'm going to start spilling your stuff out there. And you don't want me to tell what I know about you. So let you not tell what you know about me. Right? So I'm going to play a clip. If you didn't watch After Party, because I'm going to play a clip. Because I think I have a softer heart for Brennan now. The way Brennan, I have a softer heart for Brennan. I'm not going to say I would be Brennan, but I understand why Brennan was treating Claire the way he was treating
Emily.
Treating Emily the way he was treating Emily. And Becca kind of said, here, let's.
She gets angry. She goes out one night and there's an Australian guy flirting with her, and she did make out with this Australian guy.
You make out with an Australian guy because you mad at me, and for the rest of the 8 weeks, you want me to treat you nice? You defy our marriage. You go out there and say, okay, you're not true. I don't know what stage of the marriage this happened at, but you go out there and you make out with an Australian guy, and you want me to treat you good on camera? Like, we're gonna fight. We're gonna have a conversation, not physically fight, but we're gonna have an argument. We're gonna have a discussion, and then you come back home. And then my question, like I said in the video I did, how did we find out that you made out with an Australian guy? Who was there? Was Becca there? Was Claire there? Who else is in on this? Right? So you making me look like a fool, and y'all want me to play nice. That's why he kept saying I was trying to protect you. I'm not trying to put your business out there. I'm trying to protect you. I want to control the optics because I don't want nobody to know or make you look like you're a cheater and that you stepped out on a marriage. Because let's flip it. If this was Chris doing it to Paige, we would have blew a whole gasket. Right? We did blow a gasket when we thought Chris was still sleeping with Mercedes.
But this is my thing.
So he was like, you know what? I'm going to protect. We gave Brendan a bad rap because we didn't have a whole story.
I ain't agreeing with that one.
That's what I'm about to say. I feel like you was still a butthole. You still a butthole. And I'm not saying anything justifies her messing with the Australian guy or making out with the Australian guy at the club. But at the same time, we're in this marriage together. If you're gonna stay in it, and you made the decision to stay in it, she did not make him stay. Not really. Even though he tried to say that on decision day. She didn't make him stay. He chose to stay. And so we've had this conversation before. When it comes to I hate to say this, real life people that get cheated on. You make a decision to stay, then you have made a decision to stay. And so you can't take it out on that person every day. You can't take it out on that person every day.
If I cheat on you, my life, you ain't gonna take it on me every day. I'm not gonna take it out on you every day because guess what? I have a choice. If you choose to stay, this for real. If you choose to stay with your spouse that cheated on you, what you're saying is, I'm choosing to stay to work it out, not to make them feel bad about it every day. Because what's the point? I'll just go about my business then. Because if we gonna both be miserable every day after that, you don't want to be with me, I don't want to be with you. It is what it is. But that's why he said, I want to be friends. Look at his conversation. His conversation shifted from trying to work in a relationship. We can be friends, right? So we want to know what shifted in the relationship. What shifted is that she cheated and he found out. But he didn't want to put her business out there. So you think about why he did what he was doing or the way he was maneuvering. It's because you cheated on me and I don't want to expose you on national television about cheating. And I don't want to make you look like a cheater, but I'm going to take all the heat. He took all the heat.
No.
He took the heat. He took the heat from us fans by him being a butt and being rude, and why he was so closed off, why he wasn't staying at the apartment, why he wasn't.
But he didn't know. But no, you can't say he took the heat because in that moment, he didn't know what we was gonna say. He could. You know what I'm saying? He didn't choose to take the heat and bump that.
Right.
Forget that.
My thing
so back to what Tommy said. I don't owe you nothing, man. I don't owe you nothing. So guess what? If you want to,
you want married. No, we're legally married. Regardless of how I treat you,
but you're
we're legally married.
You're still no. This is what I'm saying. I'm talking about from Brennan's perspective. From Brennan's perspective, I don't owe you nothing. You cheated on me. Yes, we're married. You cheated on me. I don't even know you that well. I'm not that invested in this that I have to put up with that. I just don't. I'm not.
But he's invested in this because this is the same guy who said, I don't want to be divorced. This is the same guy said, look, I want to be married for a lifetime. So he may be trying to work it out and maybe trying to do right, but you cheated on him. So therefore, he feels a type of way. But let's flip it. If it was him cheating on her, because people was up in the uproar when they throw this whole double date situation, and then for her to throw back the double date situation in his face,
that's what I have a problem with.
To throw the double date situation back in his face because you want to go on a double date, God dog it, you'd have just made out with a dude.
No, but that's where I have a problem. Is that if she did what she did, you don't have a right to be upset with him. And same thing for Becca, because that was the thing from After Party too. You're mad at Austin because Austin went out with the producer, but your friend did worse and you're not mad at her. That's where I have a problem. But what I'm saying is, when it was Chris and Paige and we thought that he's messing with Mercedes, absolutely. I'm saying the same thing. I'm not justifying nothing she did. But again, he still chose to look like a butt. He would
play the game, and that's the terrible part about it. It's like if she cheat on me, and I'm having to work through it. Either I'm gonna leave or I'm gonna talk to these experts and make them do their job because they're there for that. Because they sat down and Dr. Peel was sitting there like, what's up? Like, she has this idea of Brennan because of this, and then y'all sitting back here playing this game. She out here, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, we just gonna not talk about it. Man, I don't owe you
Mm-hmm.
a thing, and I'm trying to get to know you, and the first thing you do is go out. You get mad at me and go out. I don't want to deal with this,
Right.
you know. And then, like, the play or the game is, let me get the experts involved. I already made my decision, but they don't have to know I made my decision. I'm gonna just work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just go these 8 weeks, work through it, and then decision day, I couldn't get past the idea that you got mad at me and you went out and kissed on this other person. I just couldn't get it out, so I'm gonna have to say no and move on. You're not a bad guy. You don't.
Mm-mm.
Everybody's like, I can respect that, and you can move past it.
Mm-hmm.
So you would wait till decision day, or you would have brought it up in front of the
No,
I
that's what you said.
I'd have brought it up to I'd have sat down. I don't know when it happened, right? But the next
Right.
expert, it would have been an emergency expert call, and me and the experts would have talked about it,
Yep.
and you know, I would have listened to them. I've been like, all right. Artigo said, "I'm coming from a standpoint of a person that's not playing games. That be it true, but
Mm-hmm.
like at that point, you know, because I can't trust that you with my heart at that point because you got mad about something. You went out, you kissing on this other guy. I don't know how far it could have gone or what made you stop or what, you know, I don't need to know the ins and outs of it. But here it is. You cheated. All right, the experts is gonna know. We're gonna do what the experts say. If they say, hey, do you want to get divorced or you want to, you know, keep going and try to work this thing out? I'd have looked at the paycheck at that point. I'm gonna try to work this thing out. Wait my 8 weeks. Nah, I'm good. Cause I'm not getting past that. You know.
But you'd have been upfront about it. And that's where me and you are. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been upfront about it. I'm not getting ready to play this game.
Yeah.
I'm not going if I'm gonna stay in it, like you said, I'm gonna involve the experts, and that's the thing. The game they played is, again, even if you didn't want to say it on camera, he could. I'm sure there are times they talk to the experts outside the camera. So outside the camera, since again I want to protect you, I want to embarrass you. Dr. Pia, Pastor Cal, Dr. Pepper, bruh, she did this out there. I'm not feeling it.
But that,
I don't want to say. I don't want to say it on camera.
You got to realize they wouldn't do that because this show is built off drama. That doesn't go outside of kids. That goes on camera somehow. That goes on camera some way. That goes on camera, whether the expert do it. It goes on TV. So he was thinking, okay, go back to the word keyword of the day or this program, optics. Let me make the optics as if it's just me. Let me make the optics not on you. That's why.
But he didn't make the optics like it was just him. He was just being a butthole.
He was just saying, I don't want to. You will be a butthole too if your spouse cheated on you and you still got to be with them.
I wouldn't be no. I don't have to be. That's the thing. I don't have to stay with her. I don't have to stay with her.
He's gonna stay with her because
I'm not gonna choose to be again. If I choose to stay, I'm not gonna be a butthole about it. You don't have to stay. You could say no. But you can say no. I don't, and that way I say no. Ain't nobody got to be exposed. I ain't got to worry about no optics. We peace out. I'm gonna do like Chris and Alyssa. I'm gonna do like Lorna and Orion. I'm gonna do like whoever else split up early. Forget. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing. I don't have to do it. I'm just gonna have to pay it back.
You're not doing it. You're not doing it. But she was willing to play it along. He was willing to play it along, and that's why again when they went to the retreat. Hey, I'm not sleeping with you. I ain't been sleeping with you. Now a lot of the things, and I agree with Herbert Robert. He said this, and I think I said in my video, this cheating scandal would have saved the season. Let it play out. They held us back because everybody held it to the chest. Nobody told anybody, right? And they kept it to the chest. This could have saved the season. Let it play out. Let it go on the camera. But again, Brennan's thing. We knew this was Brennan's thing. That I want the optics. I wanted to make it look right for me. I wanted to make it look right for you. And so that's why, remember, I want to go by what he kept saying. I'm protecting you. You don't want to go there. Well, let's keep it peaceful. All right. That's why the diary cam thing. Do you really want to say this bad about me? Do you think about it? Do you really want to say this about me? Because I can do a diary cam too. And put all your business out.
And in the words of Artika, we gonna make TV. You put her diary cam on. I'm finna do mine. I'm telling you, I don't owe. Tommy, say it again. I don't owe this person nothing. I don't know you, man. I don't know you. I'm not trying. What am I trying to say in your face for if I don't want to be? I don't want to be with you though.
Because he feel like it affects him.
Please.
It affects him too.
It affected him worse.
Hold on.
It affected him worse.
You don't think the person who gets cheated on feel bad?
Wait, what?
The person who gets cheated on, you don't think the person who gets cheated on, like, dang, they cheated on me?
But you know what, Glenn? I'm not. Hear me when I say this. It's different if me and you, we 5, 10 years in, we knew each other before we got married. We was engaged. We really had something invested. You get what I'm saying, Tommy? We had something invested. It's different if you cheat on me as opposed to somebody I just met 6 days ago.
No, no.
I'm not talking about based on what this piece of paper say. I'm not talking about based on in front of God and these witnesses. I'm talking about based on the relationship that we ain't got no relationship at this point. It's just on paper.
But you're trying to build one. And I would go, time frame has nothing to do with your feelings.
Okay.
I'll be honest. Time frame has nothing to do with.
Okay. They ain't had no feelings. No, what I'm saying is they didn't have no.
Let's go back to high school. Listen to me. When that boy cheated on you in high school, not you per se. When a young man cheated on you, cheated on a person in high school, you're not married. They don't owe you anything. You're in a relationship.
Again.
Did you not?
Again.
Do you still not feel the fact they cheated on you?
No, that's not what I mean by. That's not what I mean. Of course, I have a feeling that they cheat on me, but what I'm saying is I don't have feelings invested. Like my feelings are not invested in this person. You see what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, Tommy? He playing the devil.
100%. 100%.
My feelings are not. I don't know this person. I don't. Like Michael said, I don't have enough. I have insufficient data enough to say. I don't even know if I really like this person. I definitely don't love them. I don't know if they smell good in the morning. I don't know if I can put up with their bad breath in the morning. I'm not even there yet. Even in your little boy, high school sweethearts type stuff, you had 9 times out of 10, you have known this person for a certain amount of time, and so you have feelings invested in that. So anytime somebody cheat on you, of course you're going to have feelings about them cheating on you. But again, the initial feelings that I have invested in this, in Married at First Sight, I don't have no feelings invested. I don't know you. I don't know you.
Tom, this ain't the Jack and Glenn channel. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go, man.
I mean, like she's saying everything I was gonna say, because it's like, why do you care so much of the optics for her? You cheated on me. You know what I'm saying? It's already a bad feeling that like you can't keep your hands off of somebody else while committed to me. So that makes me feel bad. So now why should I care? If you don't care, why should I care more about what it looks like? Because it already looks bad, which I don't understand. Like for me, it kind of like thinking about it now, the people that knew, like Becca, I'm pretty sure Claire knew about the whole thing. It looks bad on them because they upholding the behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it looks worse for them because Becca, like from the clip, Becca just said, this is what happened. So she knew about it and upheld the behavior. And here Brendan is playing along this game. I can't play this game. I can't care that much. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't want to expose it, but this is justification.
It's not a thing of exposure, though. It's a thing of we're both doing doing this experiment, this process, and so I put my feelings aside to save some type of exposure for you. But I'm in this experiment too.
But this is why, though. But this is why, and
I'm with you, Tommy. I'm with you.
This is why he didn't really say anything, because this goes back to Becca's other clarification or justification why Claire did this. I mean, not Claire, why Emily did this.
Stonewalled Emily multiple times. She has tried to get through to him. Nothing is happening. She saw on his iPad that there were girls messaging him on Instagram and all of this stuff.
So she did it out of spite.
Again.
So hold on. He doesn't go out there like that because he puts himself out there that he has girls messaging him. He got girls sending him messages, sending him emails. Now, whether he's communicating back and forth, I don't know, right? But so again, back to yourself. I don't put the optic out there on her because I put it back. If I put the optic on her while she went out there and slept with, kissed the Australian man, it has to come back on me where she can say, I'm talking to other women and that I'm not committed to the relationship.
But
anyway.
That's not what she said. Listen to what Becca said. She said, and I believe if this was the whole story, Becca would have said this because she's already putting it out there. She said on his iPad, girls were messaging him. She did not say he messaged them back. I think if that was the case, Becca would have said it because you letting the cat out the bag. I might as well let it all out. They was messaging each other.
That makes Emily look even worse. I mean, if you're cheating and just because you see messages, we know people that got some things on iPads and they ain't go cheat.
But here's the same thing for Emily. Again, I don't owe you nothing.
How can y'all keep saying you don't owe anybody anything? Y'all in this marriage, you in this relationship, you in this bond, and you owe me.
No, we don't have no bond.
You owe me the respect enough to
I owe you the respect enough to do like Tommy said, and I'm gonna talk to the experts and I'm gonna tell them this is the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
You owe me enough. You owe me enough to say, you know what? You owe me enough to say, okay, here, this is what we're doing.
No,
man, you can't do that.
This is what we doing. We gonna come up with a plan to basically cover up. No.
Isn't his job to cover?
No.
His job's not to cover. His job.
No.
His job.
Glenn, would you please? Can we stop talking?
His job's not to cover.
Listen.
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 This is not me and you. Isn't his job? Isn't his job supposed to cover?
I hate to say it like this.
We know people
Listen
who cheated, we know people who cheated, and
Tommy,
other people don't know.
He ain't listen to me, Tommy. I hate to say it like this, but you are talking, and I hate to say it like this. You're talking about in a real everyday marriage. Yes, it is the man's job to cover. And if we were really invested in this, we had time and attention and getting to know each other invested, I would expect you to cover me. I don't expect somebody to just, I know who was, what's her name? Homegirl that threw the flowers down when he tried to give it, you know I'm talking about Morgan. Benny Morgan. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you that. No, I don't know you that well. I don't know. I'm not expecting that I'm not expecting the level of loyalty and coverage that I would expect from somebody that I met in 1997, started dating in 1999, got engaged in 2000 and married in 2001. I don't expect that from this person I've known for 7 days. I don't. You got to be a fool. You have to be a fool to expect that level of loyalty from somebody you just met.
Yeah. Y'all want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
I was a freshman in high school when y'all got married. She just broke down their relationship. I'm just saying, I was a freshman in high school, man.
But I can see why Brennan did what he did, right? He kept going through the process. He kept going the process.
He didn't not the process.
That's him. We probably blew up y'all two would have blew up the spot.
Oh yeah. You ain't finna cheat on me and get away clean.
And I wouldn't even call it cheat, but I would have told the experts, I don't really think Emily is ready to be married. And this is why.
All I'm pointing out is that you understand why he treated her the way he did because he felt some type of way about her cheating.
But do you understand why but again, go back to the other part. Do you understand why she acted like she did? Because Becca said he had been stonewalling her and acting stupid, and she seen the messages. And I'm not saying it's right that she did it, but they both, it's almost like he started it.
See, we can't do that.
I'm just saying.
You can't do that.
You can't do the tit for tat, but it's like at some point
Oh
somebody
no,
has
I
to grow up.
agree. I agree. We shouldn't do tit for tat, but people operate like that, and in
Right.
this case, that's what happened.
That's what I'm saying. It's
So
like
then-
the game.
so then
That
why
they
get
played
mad?
was- You put the arrow. The game that they played was silly to me because it's like you played the wrong one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Talk about this because I'm with Hubert. Like the cheating scandal would have saved the season. We found out that she went out, got mad, went out, kissed the boy, and like you know, and so that would have saved the season. Like, all right, this is all right. We got something we've never seen before and never heard about, but we know it's possible that it could happen. You know, and how do the experts now? We make the experts work because the question comes: do you guys want to get a divorce or you want to try to work through this? Because that's what's owed to Brennan. You know, do you want to get divorced or you want to try to work through this by doing the things that we tell you to do? Because that's when they have to start working, the experts.
Yeah.
But like at the beginning, like just hearing it, he getting these DMs from other girls. She should have approached him and said, "Hey, what's up with this? Talk to the expert. Use your resources."
Yep.
And that's the biggest issue is that the resources wasn't being used because evil me, right? You cheat on me, all right, bet. Bring these experts in. I've already made my decision. I'm finna collect this check because I ain't no dummy when it comes to money. I'm finna collect this check. Did the toilet just froze? Oh, I'm finna collect this check, and I'll tell y'all about it later when we get out because Quad be getting on my nerves. But yeah, I'm gonna get this check, and you know, decision day, because at that point they can't say, you know, either or. I'm gonna do what they asked me to do, and I'm gonna say no at decision day because it bothered me, you know. But it's not a thing of that you keep it secret to protect the person because I don't need to protect this person. This person is I don't know how old Emily was and or is, but they're grown. You know, at the end of the day, you're a grown person. You know right from wrong. And if you're going out here getting mad at people and then going to kiss on them, that's not a good trait.
Nope.
For a wife or husband.
Nope.
You know, so how am I going to protect a bad trait when it's something that you actually need to work on? You know, like that's a bad character trait, period. And you need to work on that. So me protecting it from the experts, I'm not even saying bringing it on TV, but just from the experts, like, come on, man, that's not helpful at all.
Nope.
But he knew the relationship wasn't going to be over anyway. And if you know, again, knowing if you give it to the experts, they're going to put it out there on TV because this is a TV show, right? They're going to put it out on the TV. So then he's going to have to explain, goes back to a guy. This is a man thing. If I put her out there, I'm going to have to explain my behavior as well. And I don't want to put myself out there because I have the optics. And we've been talking about this with Brennan for the whole season. So otherwise, he's like, if I put her out there, I'm putting myself out there because she can say why I did. The reason I did it because Brennan did blah, 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 blah. He did read my diary cams because he's stonewalling me, because he's trying to control me, because I get your feelings.
No.
But I want you to think it from the perspective where he's coming from.
I am thinking from
the perspective where he's coming from is like, hey, if I out her, I'm outing myself.
So
and most people don't want to out themselves.
And so in the end, that bull crap about protecting her, it was not. What you're saying is it wasn't about protecting her. Again, it was about protecting himself.
It's about protecting both of them. Because cheating affects both parties. Especially the person say, I cheated because you didn't do X, Y, Z, it affects both parties. We can't.
I didn't say it didn't.
But it does. In his situation.
I'm not saying that I didn't say it didn't.
But I'm saying in his situation, it affects both parties.
But ultimately, like you said, I'm not going to put you out there because then I have to put myself. And the biggest thing is I'm trying to protect myself.
Self-preservation is always a key.
Okay, and so you're lying, talking about I'm protecting her. No, you're not protecting her. You're protecting yourself.
I'm not lying. I'm protecting both of us. Look, because she has a job.
He didn't say that.
She has a job that she goes back to, right?
He didn't say that.
She has a family. Just like she has a family. She has a job that she goes back to. If I go out there and put out there that Emily cheated on me in our marriage, that Emily was the one who cheated on me in our marriage, how does that look on her?
I don't owe her nothing.
That's not the point we're arguing. That's not the point we're arguing. We're arguing a point of me being self-preservation or me looking out for both of us. So therefore, can't. So I'm protecting her. When I protect myself, I'm protecting her also.
No.
So okay. If he's protected himself, right? And how does he do this? I was going to say this procedure, but this experiment better in a manner that he's able to protect himself, and we're not looking at this all one side, because what he didn't do is protect himself, because now national TV, everybody is like, Brendan is terrible, right? Nobody really said anything positive about Brendan. Now we're coming back. Oh, he had a rough time. No, he didn't, man. He presented this. So he's protecting himself by, one of the experts just don't like him. They sitting there at the decision day, like he made a pastor say, call this BS. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't get the protecting himself, because he made himself look worse than just getting the DMs from people like that was DMing him. He's known this girl for, do we know at what point this all happened? Like,
don't know. They didn't say the point of time, the time frame. There's no time frame given. So
let's say it happened right after the honeymoon, and therefore it was a change, right? Let's say that caused the change from the honeymoon to whatever, right? So on the honeymoon, she see him doing this, and then so she just goes out and kisses on this Australian guy. They've known each other a week at that point. I'm protecting you for what? My protection is, these were DMs I had, people I was talking to before I found out. Like, you can't get upset with somebody for like the Lauren having sex with somebody before she found out she was getting married.
Right.
I can't stop nobody from sending me a message. And now, if I responded, there's a different thing. But still, I'm still trying to get to know you. So it's like the protection thing doesn't work for me, because you didn't protect yourself while trying to protect her. So it's all BS to me.
Thank you.
Because the last thing it is, it's like, it's one thing to have DMs and emotionally cheat on somebody, right? But this is another thing to physically cheat on somebody, because now you've made that decision to go further than just a thought. Now you put your thoughts into actions, and actions is what hurts people. So now, while things are thought and possibilities on my iPad, you really did something. Why am I protecting you? Because what you did is much worse than what I did. If you weigh the things in my book, right? It may be different for other people.
And I like what you said, Tommy. Again, I'm protecting you just like that. I'm protecting you from something that you really need some help for. You need some help for. Why would I protect you? Like we said, it's a character flaw. It's a relationship flaw. Like, you need to get this fixed. If me and you don't make it past this, if I help you get the experts to help you deal with it, from going forward, you won't have this issue. So I'm protecting you and letting you keep your red flag. And no. I do not. What I owe you is to get you some help.
Right.
My name is Emily, and I'm taking you to that Alcoholics Anonymous, whatever Anonymous. That's what I'm doing by telling the experts. I'm helping you to face your issue and get some help.
Yeah. That's too funny, man. That's all I got to say about them.
Me too. I'm gonna let my piece be.
Yeah, you better.
No.
Yeah, Glenn, you better let that piece go.
I'm kidding.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
Oh, that's too funny, man.
You know how I roll.
I said just kidding.
Oh,
Okay.
Man, that's too funny, man.
but yeah, another comment.
Huh?
Thank you.
And I said that from the beginning. People.
That's why I said he didn't know.
Hey,
Well, I said that from the beginning. She went from not having a serious relationship, with random hookups, sleeping with guys. That's why she never had a serious relationship, to a marriage, and now she couldn't maintain because the first thing she did. We talked about Eris, right? Last season, Eris from the streets. This is what Eris does, right? We talk bad about Eris. I just want Emily to get the same smoke that everybody else that Eris gets. She went back to the streets. She is what she was. She ran back to what she knew. My thing is that sometimes a double standard. If this was a guy who did this, we wouldn't be giving him the pass. The people wouldn't be giving him a pass like they
I'm
give
not
him.
giving her a pass.
Yeah.
If it was a guy, I would say the same thing for the girl. Don't cover for him.
Right.
I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm not covering for nobody.
But the difference is, if it was a guy that cheated, the girl would have like, that wouldn't have been a covered thing. The girl would have,
That's
like,
what I think too.
That's no question, because it's like, no, I don't think nobody's giving Emily a pass. Artiga said she thinks it's crazy that he thought it was gonna ruin her.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But it's more so of Brennan for me, right? Brennan was such a-hole throughout the season. Like, she would have had to kill somebody for me to be like, oh, okay. Like she got married, cheated because she was mad, and he like protected it. Like, I mean, this girl ain't never had a relationship, so what's the expectation? What's the expectation for this girl? Like, if you never had a relationship, there's a reason why. That'd have been a conversation for me as soon as I heard about it. Like, why haven't you had a relationship? You damn near 30. So I don't know, man. That's all I got. That's weird. Now that's crazy.
Closing thoughts?
I have none.
Tommy, closing thoughts?
Is this season over yet?
No, it's not.
Not yet.
Yeah.
We're going into April of this season. Way in April, right? This season.
Goodness. No closing thoughts, man. But I do want everybody to like, share, and subscribe. We all have memberships, so join our membership too. Also, Love Brew Podcast on Saturday mornings at 8:30 Eastern. Yeah, that's what I got.
Jack?
You already asked
Are you good?
me. You asked me first.
Good. Speaking of membership, shout out to Caffrey Jeffries, who became a member of Jack and Glenn.
Cat Jeffries.
Appreciate you for being a new member on the Jack and Glenn channel. Appreciate that. Anybody else?
I know her.
Anybody else out there that want to be a member, go ahead. Membership is only $1. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining with us. Thanks for being here for our discussion. Me and Jack, okay, we just have heated conversations. It's all good. Different opinions, but again, this is what it's for. Different opinions, different concepts. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. Once again, hit Talisa Ray up, subscribe to her, thumbs up there, hit a bell notification on her page as well. Join her membership, a little black book, help him get to 100K. Just support everybody. We're here to entertain you. We're here to talk and discuss how we see reality shows, and we want your input. We want your conversation. We want you to converse with us in the chat throughout. So once again, appreciate you. Thank you guys for being here each and every week. And we'll see you guys next week as we talk about Married at First Sight, episode number 22 of the season. Episode 22 of the season. We appreciate you guys. Once again, if you're in marriage, if you're in a relationship, even if your spouse makes you mad, please do not step out on your marriage. Have that conversation, have that deep conversation. It's never good to cheat. So we'll talk to you guys later. Appreciate you. Have a great night and peace.
Peace out.